Keeping kids with autism engaged is one of the hardest things to do. Today, I'm going to talk about how to make a schedule, how to give choices, and how to keep your kids, whether they're your children or your clients, engaged for hours a day. Hi, I'm Dr. Mary Barbera, Autism Mom, board certified behavior analyst, and best-selling author. Each week, I provide you with some of my ideas about turning autism around. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, you can do that now. This week, I am showing you an excerpt from a Facebook Live. I am going live every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time to answer your questions, present a topic that could help kids with autism or signs of autism, help both the parents and professionals. So this week I am talking all about how to keep kids engaged during their waking hours. So I hope you enjoy it. So let me switch gears, and anybody live or watching the recording, you can feel free to chime in and chat, but let me switch gears and talk about how to keep kids engaged. People say, well, what do they need? 20 hours, 40 hours a week? Ideally, kids with autism need to be engaged during most of their waking hours. And if you factor in 14 hours a day of waking time, truly awake time, that's 100 hours a week of time when you could potentially be engaging your child. And that's a whole lot of time, right? So I know I posted, some sample schedule that somebody posted, and you don't have to get all crazy with a Word doc, a full color-coded schedule. We just decided this weekend that we were going to keep Lucas home. So he doesn't have a schedule right now of what he's going to do, but his habilitation worker, Ashley, has been with him for over 5 years. So she knows exactly the kind of things he likes. She knows how to look at the situation, how to tell. So what she's doing this morning is she ran out for a few groceries that I didn't have. And she tried to get Lucas an allergy shot because he needs an allergy shot every month. So they were closed, unfortunately, but they're going to be open tomorrow. So hopefully she'll be able to take him then. And then when she got back, she has been going through his games and his apps on his iPad to see what kind of games he enjoys, which kind of games are more independent, like could become independent leisure activities that we could set up on some kind of schedule, or which kind of games. Is it like a two-person game that she could engage with him? A lot of these games he hasn't seen in years, so we're just going to go through games. She's doing the same thing with apps. When I was up there, she was having him try an app. She's also writing down the names of the apps in case we want to purchase any of the apps, so you don't get the ads and all that stuff. But she was doing this app with him, which looked pretty cool. It was like 4 pictures. And it gave a verbal direction, put the circle on top of the soap or something. So he had to drag the circle as opposed to the other 3 shapes up to the soap. And then it gave him good job or whatever. So that looked very appropriate. I just purchased ABC Mouse, which is an online forum with reading and math, and it goes from preschool to kindergarten and first grade skills. And even though Lucas is 23 years old, his language is that of a small child. He enjoys, and he usually does some paper shredding at work. So I ordered online last night a heavy duty paper shredder. That's going to help me too, because I'm going to be able to undo lots of papers that I have from years ago. So these are just some of the things I am doing with Lucas, but I am also going to show you a form that we are using with Lucas that was created. This was created by Lucas's behavior analyst, Sharon Kepley, who's been with us since he's been 9. So you might not be able to see this well, but I'm just going to explain to you what it says. So on the all the way on the left-hand column is the date. Then it says job, and this could say task. You could use it for little kids. This form is basically because Lucas can't tell us exactly what he likes, that he likes that game instead of that game, that he's better at that, that he so what we're looking for with this data sheet, and you can, adapt this data sheet, make your own data sheet based on it, but it's a job or a task, start time, end time, total duration, prompts needed to continue, prompts to perform the activity, and then the really important thing is speed of working, and we rate that fast, medium, or slow, signs of agitation, yes or no, and then we have affect. That means how happy he looks when he's doing it, high, medium, or low, and the key is down here. So you might be able to see that better on your screen, and then number completed at his day program. So we actually use that form every day while he's doing different tasks and jobs. We use it to measure the number of prompts, his speed, and his affect, because we want him doing meaningful work for him. We want him to be happy. And if he's not happy, then we've got a problem, right? Okay, so that's that form. That was developed by Sharon Kepley. You can take that idea and adapt that any way you want. But instead of actually going through each game and writing down, okay, Zingo, he had this affect. I mean, that's just going to use up a lot of paper. So she's also, and I'm a big proponent of this, just grab a piece of loose leaf, write down the game, the affect, whether that's independent or in need of a partner to play. And, if it's an app, whether we need to buy it, how much it is. And then tomorrow and the next day, once we have all this stuff, all this data, basically she's taking data, even though it's not like hard data. It's just like, let's just not play games and then be like, did he like that app? Do we have that? Was he good at that? And just making a mess. So as you're assessing, as you're playing games, as you're offering choices, take some data, gather some information. Okay, the other big thing with Lucas and with all kids with autism, here is a former client, Jacob, is we need to give them choices, whether that's holding up Zingo and holding up a matching game and saying, which one do you want to try first? That's kind of a little preference assessment. You can also put all the games you have into a book with, in this case, these pictures were Velcro on here, and he could flip through the book. And that was his choice book. We can also have choice boards. Here's a very old one that I just grabbed from Lucas's room. Now, Lucas and Jacob both have vocal verbal language. They both can speak a little bit. But if you're not fully conversational, even though you can speak, like Lucas still doesn't say I'm hungry. On here we have eyes hurt because he used to say that. Head hurts, eyes hurt. But he used to have self-injurious behavior instead of telling us. So here's a CD player. Here's an iPad, Magnadoodle, go downstairs. He could say all these things, but sometimes visual support is really helpful when he doesn't spontaneously mand as well as he needs to for things. So you can make a choice board. You can make a choice book like we are with Jacob here. We can also use This book, Activity Schedules for Young Children with Autism, is a very oldie but goodie. It is about making little books. It's 1999. So this was the year Lucas was diagnosed. So 21 years ago, it was published, but it's still a very good book, easy with lots of pictures. Basically, by using this book, we have created little activity books based on that book where Lucas takes his medicine. We have that pre-poured. He takes it in applesauce. Then he gets cereal and water. He eats turkey bacon. He gets that out of the package. He puts that on a paper plate. He punches in 200 start for the microwave. He eats. He cleans up in the dishwasher. He sweeps. He washes, sprays, and wipes down the counter. And that's his routine. He knows the routine now, but he still uses the book. He likes his little books. And the nice thing about having little books is we can add, say now we want him to wipe down everything. Or I know at one point he has a little book for upstairs. You know, the dentist recommended that we start having him floss. So we were able to put that in. I decided that I wanted him to make his bed upon returning from the bathroom instead of after he got dressed. And so we just switched the order of the pictures. So, and he follows along. So I really like this idea for chaining tasks together. But as those of you who saw my hand washing video from last week, I actually don't like using visual schedules to teach a task like hand washing. I don't like that. I would actually like to prompt from behind and get kids to do tasks. Only when you chain it together do I like to use pictures. I like to use more physical prompts or gestural or imitation or video modeling to actually teach the task. And then, like I said, to put them together into a whole task, I like to use these books, especially if you have a young child, newly diagnosed, or just showing signs of autism. Time is precious. We need to make sure. Somebody said, 2.5-year-old, should I cancel ABA therapy? He needs to be engaged during his waking hours. So it's either the parent, you engaging him, or a therapist or a mommy's helper or babysitter to help you. But our kids need engagement. If you like this video, I would love it if you give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, or share this video with others who may benefit. And to learn more about joining our online course and community, and for more tips, I would love it if you would attend a free online workshop at marybarbera.com/workshop. And I hope to see you right here next week.